All right, guys, back out in the knife shop again. And this time I'm going to be doing another knife durability test. This is one of my brand new Gen 4 bush hunters. It's got the skeletonized tang made from 1/8" Pops Pro Cut, 30-degree edge. This one tested out at 62 HRC on the hardness tester. And basically, rather than do a 2x4 chop, because I just did one a couple weeks ago with my new harvester, and if the harvester can tackle a 2x4, no problem. The bush hunter should be able to do a 2x6. And so that's what I've got here. You can see I've got some lines marked out. Basically, I'm going to V-notch in on one side, flip this 2x6 over, V-notch it again, and cut this end off. And just for fun, I decided there's a nice knot right here. This whole chunk of wood right here is a knot. So we're going to start our cut there and just see what happens. You know, hopefully this thing doesn't fly apart. It's kind of the first one of these Gen 4s where I've actually gone in and milled out a bunch of material off the handle to reduce the weight. You know, between going to the 1/8" steel and then doing the milling on the handle, I've reduced about 2 ounces off this blade from what the Gen 3s were. So it's down, they were about 7 ounces. This one's down to about 5. And I've actually got a more accurate scale coming, so I can kind of track the finer 1/10 of an ounce differences. So I'm really excited to see exactly what this is at. But anyways, this is fully heat treated, and so this is I always consider these kind of tests a great test of both the edge retention and durability. You know, we're looking for chips, we're looking for rolls. Right now this thing is shaving sharp. Kind of show you guys real quick. I mean, it has no problem removing a big old wad of hair off my arm. And so basically I'm going to take this mallet and use it to V-notch this board. I'm going to try and concentrate majority of the work kind of on this back 2 inches or so of the edge. That way we can concentrate all the stress on that edge and kind of see at the end what we've got. So I'll go ahead and get started. Put my iPro on here. Here we go. I'm going to start right on this knot and hope like heck this works. Okay, so I went in about a 1/2 inch. I'm just right in the center of that knot. And so far, kind of just show you, get it real quick here. No issues as of yet. Oof, that is a hard knot too. It does not want to cooperate. Ooh, watch out, got shrapnel. Use this rag real quick to wrap the handle just for kind of a lot of shock on my hands. So about 3/4 of the way on one side. See if I can get this to focus here. And the edge is just fine. Not an issue. Not really surprised. This is a 30-degree edge with Pops Pro Cut. The stuff's pretty awesome. You know, I thought 52-100 with a DET anneal was pretty awesome, but this stuff is even better. Really impressed. What do you guys think? Is that a pretty good notch? Followed my line pretty close. This knot kind of kicked me off a little bit, I guess, but I did dig in deeper than I needed to over here, so maybe that makes up for it. So we're halfway through. No issues whatsoever on this edge. It's crazy. Let's go ahead and flip my board over. You know, and a lot of people think you need a big old 1/4 inch thick blade to baton with, and I can tell you a thinner knife made of better steel will actually go through wood easier. Okay guys, the board finally gave out. It had about a 1/2 inch of wood left before it just cracked and gave. But more importantly, let's look at that edge. No chips, no cracks, no rolls. I think we got a winner here, guys. Get this thing to focus for you. There we go. Impressive steel, honestly. Does it shave still? That'd be a good test, wouldn't it? What do you think? Does it look like it shaves? Looks like it shaves to me. Like I said, it's back on this portion of the edge. There was a few times when I was lining up for a strike where I was about up here and I had to kind of remind myself to scooch it in a little bit, but overall, very good steel with a good heat treat makes a difference. And you don't have to pack around a 1/4 inch thick blade because you're worried about it getting damaged. All right, guys, so there we have it. 2x6 test. Not no 2x4. We're going to 2x6s with this thing. And the only thing that I can improve on from here is I just need a stronger arm, man. The recoil on this thing coming up and smacking me every time I hit it with the hammer was pretty, that shock just about puts my hand to sleep, which, you know, that's why you want a good ergonomic handle that fits your hand and really fills your grip. You know, I see these knives being sent out and the manufacturers either cheap out and just wrap everything in 550 cord or put these real thin scales on, you know, that just aren't really ergonomic at all, especially if you're actually out, you know, really using these things hard. And so, anyways, but that's just, you know, lessons learned from doing it, I guess. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot them over to me. Either comment on the video, email me. You can order your own bush hunter over on my shop. Plus, I've got smaller knives. I've got the new harvester I just came out with, which is kind of my version of a lightweight, it's sub 4 ounces for packing around if you're really counting ounces. I've also got a couple knives that are shorter than this one. I've got one similar. It's the Buffalo Scout, but I think that model is going to be going away before too long because these are easy enough for me to produce. Like I said, I'm not using 52-100 anymore, not doing the DET anneal. The heat treat process on this Pops Pro Cut, very straightforward, very time efficient, which means I can sell these actually cheaper, even though they're a better knife, because I don't have as much labor in them getting the heat treat done. So, anyways, thanks for watching. I appreciate all your guys' comments and subscriptions and everything, and have a good day.